Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 158 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. We've got a great show in store for you today. We've got two amazing places. The first one's a condo that's in the Mansion Park. The second one is an amazing home you don't want to miss over in Midway Hollow.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about the 5 reasons that it really is a good time to go ahead and put your home on the market.
It's an amazing segment. Don't want to miss it. Lots of fun little tidbits you didn't even think about. And with that, Christmas is around the corner, it feels like. I know we've got to go through Thanksgiving first.
38 days to Christmas.
But I have to share with you.
I was just looking that up.
How many?
38.
I have to tell you the funniest thing. We are setting up for our customers' Christmas party over at Jeff's house. And we asked Zach to, we keep calling it we're doing elf work. And we said, hey, Zach, Friday, can you come over and help us and be, an elf with us? And stone cold face, he said, do you want me to dress up like an elf? And I got so tickled when he said that. I was like, that's the funniest thing. I was like, you just made my week. I was like, that is the funniest thing. I wish that I'd have been fast enough to say, well, absolutely. And just let it ride to see what his interpretation of an elf would be. Because I guarantee you I'd put pictures on the internet about that.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was missed my chance. Zach, if you want to dress up like an elf, you can dress up like an elf, my friend. So, other than that, it has been a very, I feel like we're almost kind of like in that groundhog scenario. It's at the end of the year and just kind of keeps doing this. So it's all good, but still, it's a little repetitive right now.
It is. We've, it seems like we've got 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, and that 2 weeks that we are on, we are like running crazy. It's like today.
Yeah.
We finished the show. Weston's got to start a class. I pick up some clients today to start showing property to them. They're moving here from Brazil. Yeah. So, there's a lot of activity. We've probably got 6 or 7 different buyers that are looking right now.
It is an interesting thing. And I have to do this continuing education, which is always one of my favorite things to be doing. But it's one of the side effects of the pandemic because typically you and I are out and about so much that we're able to get these 1 hour classes here and there. But lo and behold, we haven't had any, and I am 18 hours short. And so I am hoofing it on top of everything else to get this done.
So how many do you have to have every 2 years?
I don't know, 18? Jeff, I'm done with this.
I think the class today is going to finish you off.
I still have that one that I had to buy and I have to do it at home.
Oh, that's the 4-hour course. Yeah. So you're getting close.
It is a lot to do.
You've got 45 days to finish it. So,
I know.
Well, 40, because the state's kind of slow in reporting and we've got to have time to renew your license and blah, blah, blah.
So what's new with you, Jeff? Tell us more.
Oh, wow. I was busy this weekend. I worked all day Saturday. Pretty much all day Saturday. Yep. And then on Sunday, I went back and showed her one condo that we couldn't get into on Saturday. And then I went with my really good friends, Dan and David and Laura, to the Dallas Art Fair, which was, excellent. I was so glad to do that again. So I've been
really?
It really, it was really another one of those steps back into normalcy for me because, we were indoors and there were a lot of people. It wasn't so many people that you felt overly crowded. They checked vaccination status or COVID test status before you got in, which, made me feel even that much more comfortable in doing it. But they had some really incredible art.
Did you take pictures?
I don't think I did, no.
You know what? We'll post. I did take pictures, and so we'll put pictures on our Facebook page of the ones that we like.
I have to tell you a quick story about 2 years ago when Laura went with me. Maybe it was 3 years ago when Laura went to the Dallas Art Fair with me. Laura is this really, really great friend, huge personality, just really loving, happy, just really one of those people. And so she and Adrian and I are walking to the Dallas Art Fair, and she sees this really big piece on the wall, and she walks over and she says, so is that over or under 1,000? And the gallery person looked at her and said, it's 94,000, ma'am.
It's a real art. It's an interesting because typically it's in April, and it is what I call my Christmas in April. I'm really funny. I like to go by myself on the first day, and then I'll go back another time or two with other people just because I want to take it in and just really walk and enjoy it. There was the tiniest. Have you heard of the peacock spider? It's like a dot, and someone has a high-powered magnifying glass. They take these amazing pictures of it, and in the top framing, they draw a dot, and they're like, this is the actual size. And when I walked in the gallery, I was like, I just saw this online, I feel like. And he said, yeah, we had it at 2x2, and we just auctioned off a smaller version of this, and it was $46,000 for a photograph.
Wow. It's crazy what people will pay for art.
I'm also going to have a Dallas Art Fair wish list if anybody would like to contribute to.
It's going to be on my Amazon wish list.
Let's talk about the market now.
Okay.
Tell us a
Market
little
watch. More. Yeah. This is like very typical time of year. Neither of those the second column didn't get changed.
Well, son of a gun, got distracted.
The
but
market
I will tell
is-
you that the actual other side is correct. So almost, you know what, we'll come back to that. Everything's just about the same.
The market's identical to last week, don't worry.
Whoops on that one. All right, let's go ahead. Jumping right into the first house.
Let's do.
3535 Gillespie, Unit 306.
I've got to tell you, this is a really a wonderful, wonderful building. This is the Plaza at Turtle Creek. And the Plaza at Turtle Creek is a 7-story mid-rise building located right in that mansion park. It used to be managed by the mansion on Turtle Creek. They have underground connections between this building and the mansion on Turtle Creek, where you could, and I think you may still be able to order food from the mansion restaurant to go right into there.
It's a great area. It is a little pocket that is between Cedar Springs and Turtle Creek. Really great area that has caught on. There is a lot in the works down towards the Turtle Creek area. You would be surprised at the number of high-end hotels that are coming in this area. Really excited to see. Feels more like a neighborhood that just has a little more density to it and walkability. If you don't know about this neighborhood, you're not going to stumble upon it because it doesn't look like there's anything back here when you're going down either Turtle Creek or Oak Lawn. Great connection to the Dallas North Toll Road, as you can see right there. If you have to go into work at Parkland, Scottish Rite, this is literally a stone's throw from either one of those.
Yeah, and the really getting onto any of the freeways there is within minutes, which I think is incredibly important. The location is super walkable. You have super high-end restaurants not very far from there. The mansion bar next door has jazz many nights a week, and it is going into the mansion bar for a couple of drinks is such a people watching event. It's really, really cool.
It's amazing. And I would say one of the big tips on this one, get there early because it is a small kind of speakeasy bar. Not that it's hidden, but it's just not a large bar like Dallas Blonde or anything like that. Great place to go listen to music either before or after dinner on Friday and Saturday night. If you're familiar with the library bar, this is similar to the library bar over at the Melrose. One of the other things that we love about this area, kind of breaking off to what you said, is about the art, is that the Dallas Design District is just around the corner from here. This is a really great portion of Dallas that has really exploded in the last 10 years. The art galleries have really come in strong. There's a couple nights
There's Kitty Goss.
Yeah, a couple nights a week. A month that they have openings. And then the Virgin Hotel also just opened up over there, which has a really great bar and a rooftop pool, I believe.
This is also, speaking back to food again, this is not very far from the Katy Trail Ice House, which is one of our favorite places to go on nice afternoons, get out, hang out under the trees, have a beer, watch people run up and down the trail, they're burning the calories I'm taking in is the way I look at it.
Well, just kind of like just to know that you can actually get a breakfast taco there in the morning off the K Trail, which is amazing. And speaking of that, the Katy Trail is amazing. It is a great connection point to that. And kind of going back, I'm going to keep segueing into this. They have they've started an art partnership, and it is an amazing set of sculptures that they've put into the trees and kind of give you a interesting tidbit. I really am excited to see this because I always feel like that art is one of those things that kind of leads a city into being bigger than it really is. You look at Dallas High or at the High Line in New York, and they've got amazing little stopping points as well. So congratulations for Dallas. We are really getting into the art scene.
We really are. Also, one of the very convenient restaurants near the mansion, the Plaza, is Eatsy's. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, that's another great place that we enjoy going for lunch because you can pop in, grab something, pop out. And they really do an amazing Thanksgiving preparation.
Yeah.
Not to eat there, but if you want to have your smoked turkey or if you want to have your dressing done by them, you can order that. And it is like clockwork picking it up. I did it last year, and it is like
good to
clockwork
know.
picking it up. Great process.
They also have a really cool Friday night, I think that they still do it, pizza and a bottle of wine for $20. Really cool kind of concept. So anyway, great place. You definitely want to check that out. So 3535 Gillespie Street, Unit 306. When we saw this come across, we were blown away with how well this thing is fit and finished.
This really is you can tell that this was a designer had their hands on this from start to finish. The color selection is amazing. You got this really large living room. I am not one of those people that really likes a lot of grasscloth, but I do love this grasscloth. I love the color. It was installed properly. Really an amazing job.
And as you were saying, how the color is perfectly balanced. I mean, if you see the trim, the doors, the cabinets, earlier pictures, there was amazing stone that was used around the fireplace that kind of echoes. Oh, here it is. That echoes back and forth this color palette. And sometimes when a color palette is this saturated or is used this extensively in a home, it kind of feels overwhelming. But I have to say, the way that they've done it is impeccable in this unit.
It is. The countertop selection was on point. They made a very small bar right there behind the sink, which, a lot of times we see that bar continue out over and have seating underneath it. I don't think it would have worked on this one.
I don't either.
And it gives you great separation between that dining room and the kitchen. So if you have had people there for dinner and you want to set the plates on the countertop, guests don't feel that guilt of not going over there and cleaning up.
And I love the fact that they really went for it in almost every room. And as we see here, we're in the powdered bath, and they did a great job with the colors in that. Swinging over to the master, this is an amazing view that you have. Two sides of windows, which was really great. This is a light lavender. It is a warm lavender, if that's possible, because typically that's a cooler color. And it segues into this amazing, again, we got the grass cloth on the wall and a little pink. And even though it was these softer colors, I didn't feel like it was extremely feminine. I felt like a guy could be here just as well. Add a little black here and there, but it overall was an amazing experience and so well laid out.
And huge master closet. They've really devoted the right amount of space, considering the size of the unit. And then you've also got this secondary bedroom that is done just as well as the first.
And that wallpaper that you see, the dark charcoal, that is a shagreen, amazing. And this texture that you see here, this I believe had just a little of the relief in the tiger itself. Overall, I just couldn't get enough of this house.
And you step out and you've got these amazing views. It's green, it has vibrancy to it. And the amenities in this building are really great. You've got this wonderful sized pool. You also get 2 fitness centers, valet. Oh, I'll stop. 3535 Gillespie Street, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, built in 2000. It's about 1,600 square feet, and it's priced at $825, which brings it in about $288 a square foot. And we'd like to say thank you to Marty Voorhees for letting us talk about her home today.
Yep, this is an amazing home. There is a link in this in the comments below that you can click on if you want to see more pictures or you want to take a look at the map itself. I believe there is also an open house on this home this weekend. Stop by, take a look. It is as good as we talked about.
It is beautiful, beautiful. So our second property today is 4307 Gloster Road. And Gloster Road is one of those it's a unique street. There were 3 unique streets in a row right there. It's Rosa, I can't remember the next one up, and then Gloster. And these are 3 of those streets that have such a hidden neighborhood appeal to them. you have no curbs on the sidewalks
Correct.
on many of them, which I feel gives it a completely different vibe when you're going in. From a location perspective, you've got lots of private schools nearby. You've got Central Market that is within walking distance of, restaurants. Again, you've kind of got one extreme to the other there. So I love the area.
It is a great area. They've added a Central Market as well, just around the corner. One of the things that I really like about this area is its location and proximity to Dallas Love Field, because it's not so close that it becomes a hindrance, but it's close enough that it's a short Uber ride, making day travel amazing when that all comes back. And Love Field, if you haven't been there, if you're not from Dallas, Love Field was just recently redone in the last 3 years, and then they're redoing one of the runways right now. So it really is becoming one of those beacon shining stars that is inside of Dallas. And I think about it all the time when we travel. How lucky are we to have Dallas Love Field right here 10 minutes away from almost everyone in Dallas?
And they've really upgraded the airport in technological terms, because as you can see on their website, they can tell you on the website what the wait at TSA is.
Yeah.
They can tell you on the website what kind of parking is available there. So it really does help that traveler that might be making that last minute trip what they have or what they are expecting.
Yep. And it's a great little area as far as eating as well. So one of my favorite little restaurants is over here is called Hudson House. Hudson House by far is, if you need, you can get whatever you want there. But if you need one of the best hamburgers in Dallas, I cannot tell you why. It doesn't have mustard. It doesn't have mayonnaise. It doesn't have ketchup on it. I don't know how they do it, given the fact that oysters are their big claim to fame, how they do this hamburger so well. But it's amazing. I have to say that going there for happy hour, when the martinis, the oysters, and the hamburger are on happy, it makes me super happy.
Ooh, there's the hamburger right there.
It's so good.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
One of the great little neighborhood bars in the area is called Inwood Tavern, and Inwood Tavern is, it is a throwback little bar.
And it's a great place to go.
Yes.
Listen to the game. You can sit outside, you can sit inside. It's good for all different weathers, and it is a Dallas local staple.
Right around the corner is Shinsei, which is one of the top sushi restaurants in the city. This restaurant is owned by
Tracy Rathburn.
Rathbun and Dean Fearing's former wife.
That's correct.
Lene, excuse me. I know I've met both of them on multiple occasions, so I feel guilty. But their food is absolutely amazing. Whether it is just a normal night out or a special event, either one is great. And I think they still do it where they have the little cats that you set your chopsticks on. Yeah.
Did not know that. Great place. You definitely want to get there early and make reservations. It is that good. And last but not least, most people don't realize this, but did you know that the Dallas Rowing Club is around the corner at Bachman Lake?
It is. And that is, I have never been rowing. I think you went rowing, but it was at White Rock. Didn't
I
you?
did. And I have to tell you, I think you just have to be a beast to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm too big to be the guy yelling at you. So I think it looks peaceful. I think I would enjoy it more. I think I got on a boat that the shoes did not fit. This was not at this one. It was at another lake. And so I guess I need to try it again because it was a bit of a pain.
Well, Bachman Lake has a really great history in the city of Dallas. You used to be able to roller skate all the way around the lake. You could rent roller skates there at the parking garage right off of Northwest Highway, and you could roller skate all the way around. They are about to start a dredging project, which I think is going to bring even more activity and more building around this.
I love that.
Yeah, dredging is going to take it about 2 years, but it really changes the vibe of the lake and the look of the lake and the wildlife that's available in the lake.
They'll probably come back and do a lot with the parking lot and make a lot more amenities. Hey, Zach, if you're listening, I know you are. If you can Google and find pictures of people roller skating around Bachman Lake and throw them up in the comments, that'd be great.
So 4307 Gloster, cool house.
It is. And it is so a lot of people, if they don't want modern, this is the next top style of home. And it is from the front door on, it is amazing. As you can see here, as you walk in, it has that really grand arrival You have a seating area off to the right-hand side that's the dining room, and then you have this amazing office area.
And I love the paneling in it. And I'm glad they didn't paint this paneling out. It really does give warmth to the room. You walk across that entryway. You've got this really large dining room that has been painted white. Perfect fixture for it. Perfect lighting through the windows that are on the front of the house. And then you walk directly back into the living room, and this is what you have.
Yeah, and it's texture on texture on texture. So you've got the rock fireplace, you've got the beams, you've got the texture on the walls. It all begins to work together to create a very cohesive and open. It's one of the homes that just has a deep heart in it. You can kind of feel that everybody's going to come over here, and everyone knows that it's a beautiful house, but it doesn't feel like one of those houses where you can't just relax and just crawl up on the couch and just enjoy the game with everybody. It doesn't come across stuffy.
Not at all. And the breakfast area you saw in the last photo is open to the kitchen here. White quartz countertops, 2 sinks in it. The has a 6-burner commercial grade stove with pot filler. And words aren't coming well today,
Get
are they?
that Red Bull did not kick in. Here we have one of the half bath, and they is well done. You can see they spent some money and put the really great tile in. This is the utility room. Utility room that actually has a closet inside of it, and it has a drip dry area. Jeff said it was for a dog, but that would be a very skinny and tall
dog wash.
Downstairs you have a master bathroom, or master bedroom, great height in the ceilings. Windows that open up and let you look into the backyard, which is a wonderful asset to it. Really brings the outdoor in.
And hand scrape floors pretty much throughout the entire first floor. This is the master bath, double vanities, mirror, makeup, not coming today.
So they also have great arches here that kind of are reflective of the front door, which is wonderful. It just shows that character and that design that they continued. And who would not want this closet?
Mm-hmm. I love the closets that have the island in the center.
I do
that
too.
Are big enough to have the island in the center.
I do too. We've got 1 bedroom down, which is always wonderful for guests. It's kind of that combination master, study, and 1 bedroom down that really works in this area. And then you can see here, they did not skimp on these bathrooms. This is actually one of the bathrooms that connects to the outside. So if you decide to put a pool in later, it's great, well thought out, so you can come right in, but you don't have to walk all over the place and drip all over it.
And this is as we go upstairs into the game room. As you can tell, wet bar, refrigerator there. I love that accent tile that they've used.
I know.
It's not overused, it's used just perfectly.
And the tone in the wood is rich. It kind of echoes back into those now I'm having it. It's contagious,
Back
Jeff.
into the cabinetry there.
And
This
then
is one of the other bedrooms that's upstairs. This is the bedroom that is through that library that we just looked at. As you can tell, we've got the crank out windows, and those are all on the front. Small bathroom right off of that. Beautiful tile that's been used there. These bathrooms aren't really large, but they're the perfect size, I think, for what those bedrooms are.
I'd agree. And then who doesn't need a media room? And a media room, I love a dark media room. I don't want it to be light. They did a great job with the sconces and the lighting around the ceiling. Coming on downstairs, back out to the patio, we've got that fireplace. You don't think that it's that important, but a fireplace is amazing fall, spring, winter here in Dallas. Nice grill off to the side so it doesn't have to be seen. And amazing backyard. Great job in keeping the trees. It is so important to have these mature trees, and the rest of the place is landscaped to the nines.
So 4307 Gloster Road is a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, or 5 and 2 half baths, 3-car garage, built in 2005, a little over 6,600 square feet, and it's priced at $2,995,000, which brings it in about $452 a square foot. And we'd like to say thank you to Jamie Coleman for letting her talk about her home today. If you would like to see any more of the pictures that we have, just click on the link below. You can do that. If you'd like to see the home, certainly let us know. We can make that happen as well, and we will be right back. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223. And welcome back to the second segment, episode 158, Sold with Updike Pugh. And today we were going to talk about the 10,000 reasons it still makes sense to list the 5 reasons it still makes sense to list your home around the holidays.
And this is really important because people think, oh, I can't bring it on during the holidays. That doesn't make sense. Okay, it does make sense.
It does.
And it's the most interesting thing because December is when they go under contract during this time period, they do not drag out. I mean, they close at lightning speed because people are trying to get there by the end of the year.
I think there have been points over the years where we have helped more families in December get into homes than we have in any other month of the year.
One year we did 8 transactions that went under contract and closed in December. And I was like, that is a lot to put out in the very end of the year. Happy to do it, but it was still a lot.
But every one of them were people that they really needed to have something by the end of the year. And I think that to me anyway, the number one reason is neighborhoods and homes are so much prettier around the holidays.
It is true because if you think about it, when people are going into a neighborhood, they want to know what the feel of that neighborhood is. And when people have their lights out and they have the houses decorated, and it's that entire idea of what I'm buying into, not just the bricks of the home, it goes so much further. Like our neighborhood is like uber cheesy during the holidays. They go all out. So if you drove through our neighborhood, you'd like, what? I want to be friends with all these people.
Yeah. It's funny because I think but I know that, buying a home is an emotional buy.
Yes.
And many times it's happening around other emotional things that are going on outside of real estate. And this just helps with making a decision and feeling like it's the right decision.
It helps answer those questions in order to allow someone to make a decision. It lets them see what it's like. It's like doing an inspection during the rain. The roof doesn't leak then.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the other thing too that's really important is that inventory is low. So when you bring your house on the market, yours tends to stand up. It tends to get more views. It doesn't have all of the competition surrounding it and the distractions that come with all of that competition.
Most of the time, people that put their home really have a need to sell. And so they're going to price their home effectively. They're going to do the things to get it in shape in order to make it stand out during that time. You do have fewer homes to look at, but the ones that I think you're able to look at are better quality homes.
Yes, agreed. There's also fewer showings due to fewer buyers, which is really a great thing because, we just came out of the pandemic and nobody wanted anyone in their house. And so it kind of has continued where the fewer showings, people are okay with that.
Yeah, and you have a little bit more flexibility in being able to define what times of day you want your home shown. It's with the most recent time change, we're finding now that it gets darker at 5:30.
And so 6:30 is about the latest people want you in the house.
Absolutely. I mean, and I don't really like to show property after it gets dark because then you're really just kind of stuck seeing the inside. You
Correct.
don't really get to see what the outside, up close looks like.
And because there are fewer buyers, the ones that are out there are serious. It's the holidays are a form of a filter, if you will, for tire kickers. They're really not there. They're actually there to make a decision, and they're going to make it quickly because there's not a lot of other things for them to look at.
Another reason is investors tend to ramp up purchases toward the end of the year. Many times they've got investment money that they need to use. They need to have something on the books by the end of the year, and they will make decisions. They will make decisions differently toward the end of the year sometimes than they will in the peak of the year because there's not the pressure on them to do something. So they might pay a little bit more for something, or they might choose something that wouldn't be what they would normally choose. It might
only
be
get
just
6 checks on the box instead of 8.
Exactly.
So they will make concessions for you is what we're saying. And last but not least, relocation buyers. They are booming. It will be interesting to see if this does continue given the way that things have kind of shifted with the pandemic. There's more people working from home. This one out there, just put a question mark by it. But typically, this is when everybody's trying to get in position, get into school before Q1 starts, because it's the jobs that are driving this at the point, and they have to get things squared up. They've got usually a break from school. And this is when things really get serious.
And you know, when a company is relocating an employee from point A to point B, there's a loss of productivity during that time.
Yep.
And that productivity tends to match up with what's normally going to happen during that end of year period, any time between, let's say, you know, today and December 31st.
Absolutely. It's kind of like they're killing two birds with one stone.
So I hope that that's helpful. There's actually a lot more reasons that it makes sense. If you'd
Apparently
like to know
10,000.
those, yeah, almost 10,000. Let us know. We'd be happy to share all of that information with you. If you're thinking about putting your home on the market, certainly reach out to us. That would be great. We hope you'll join us next week, noon, here on Facebook.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.